Okay, thank you. Thanks. I'm okay. I'll try to speak louder too and over him. He always wants to be where the people are. But happy July. I'm going to pull up real quick. We're going to do just the PowerPoint. And then I actually went to a conference thing today, and they had a big talk about branding. And I thought, oh my goodness, it was perfect timing for, obviously you saw the chart I posted in the Nation page about just the growth that we've experienced just on our team alone. Trades of Hope has brought on over 500 new partners, compassion entrepreneurs, in the month of June alone, which is astounding and amazing and wonderful, and true answer to prayer, because I know it makes such a big difference too to the work we're doing and what that will mean for artisans and for the growth of our company. So something is in the works, and it's really exciting. So then kind of going to this, obviously this talk that I heard today, I was like, it was all about branding. And I was like, it's just perfect for what we're doing now as we're sharing about, and I came into our Nation page, a while ago too, about how we all are brand ambassadors for this work. Our company, Trades of Hope, we're representing that brand. When we wear the pieces, like this is actually an older piece called the Vita necklace. But, whenever you're wearing hope, people are going to recognize that when you take pictures, when you do all the good stuff, when you're just living life and representing them. So I'll get to that at the end. But let me pull up share screen, and I will get hopefully the PowerPoint. There it is. And we'll go here. And I'm just going to jump right in with this. And like I said, it's just an overview kind of the month. And then if there's time for questions at the end, or you can put them in the chat box and I can see those after we're done. So I'm going to minimize some of those other things because I have a lot obviously up. Look at those beautiful artisans, probably in India. I'm like, what are they making? I want to see what they're crafting. I don't know if it's a potentially new product or not. But beautiful smiles, beautiful women. And we just jump right in because obviously today is Monday. Hopefully you had a chance to check out that wake-up call. If you are new to Trades of Hope, we offer these wake-up calls each week. They're led by our home team, and then they are generally different compassion entrepreneurs, different partners that are sharing what they do in their business, how they sustain this work. Sometimes it's just personal development things. Sometimes it's great tips and ideas. They are all recorded and then put into that main Trades of Hope group. And so you can always find them. Just search the hashtag or look up Monday Wake Up Call in the search option, and those will all pop up for you. But when you get a free moment, it is a great thing to pop them on sometimes when I'm driving or just doing laundry. They are very informative and helpful and keep you connected. Also, if you sell $1,000 in sales each month, you are eligible to receive one of these beautiful postcards signed by our founders. And they are great. I know that several compassion entrepreneurs take these with them to their parties and have those stories and highlight just the wonderful pictures that we have of our artisans. And it's a great for display and just engaging conversation, or if you're doing like a vendor event or something, having them out. Again, just pictures of the artisans. And you can earn that and receive that. It's really special to start a collection. And we still have the Creating Change incentive. So when you bring on a new compassion entrepreneur or sponsor someone into your team, or brand ambassador or partner, we kind of have a lot of language right now with it, but it's all the same thing. You receive one of these beautiful tassel bracelets made by our artisans in India, just to represent and remember that individual, and to even for me, I love to pray for my new teammates or teammates that come on. So you can receive some of those from the home team each month. And then our Sparks program, this is for young adults ages 11 to 17. And Trades of Hope actually has modified a bit of their program. They used to have a Facebook group. They still do, but we recognize that some of the students, well, they are students in a way. These kids that are in the program, some of them may not be on Facebook, and so they've actually created this information to be accessible outside of that, in like a little curriculum. So you can stay tuned for that, because they said they're going to be updating that information for those Sparks. They do different challenges. They can win different products. It's really a sweet program, just really helping them to see different mentorship opportunities, global, just global awareness, business skills, public speaking, can speak to a lot of different things. So you, as a CE, a compassion entrepreneur, you technically could have up to 2 Sparks under you with their parents' permission. And if you have questions on that, feel free to ask me or your upline director and sponsor. Also, where's the map? It is done. Guatemala, we wrapped it up. You have, though, until July 3rd to submit your final points and awards. They recognize, or they shared that, or I read that today, especially if you want to get recognized and inspired for what you've done. However, Gretchen did post, I know in the main Trades of Hope group, and this is what I was looking for, that especially even starting today, your sales and the work you do in your sponsoring, everything from now until we know more details about that map will be calculated and added into the work you're doing. So even though you don't know entirely what you're working for, which is kind of fun, we know it's going to be good though, regardless of what it is. Just make sure you keep doing what you're doing. And there is a new incentive that if you have $300 PRV, that's personal retail volume, so sales, by yourself by the middle of the month, so the 15th, that is definitely a good thing and an extra benefit on the map. So keep that in mind as you're looking at the beginning of July and as we continue to share about our sisterhood and the opportunity to be a part of Trades of Hope. Also, as I said, Inspire is coming up. It is just a few weeks away. There is an opportunity through the 14th that you can still come and receive free products, get all the wonderful gifts that they give us, the time with the artisans and our founders and your compassionate entrepreneur partner sisters. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me personally, and I'd be happy to talk to you about that. But there is still opportunity for you to join us in Orlando in a few weeks on July 18th through the 20th. It's going to be great. If you can't be with us, I totally get that. So many of us have just other obligations and things that we are responsible for. We will bring back that information to you. It will be accessible to you as well. After Inspire, I know that they're going to have kind of like a professional media team on site, recording the talks and taking lots of photos. And we, of course, will bring back from our team, we'll do a little, I'm sure your directors will do a recap and rehash in your director pages. So definitely don't feel like you're missing out, because we will bring that joy and inspiration back to you. And then our new incentive, which is just really beautiful, supporting children in Haiti and nutritious meals through 3 Angels. If you are new to Trades of Hope, our founder, Gretchen Heischkins, she and her family actually had been the directors for 3 Angels Orphanage prior to starting Trades of Hope. And so it has a definite connection. And if any of you have been on a vision trip to Haiti, you've had the opportunity to visit 3 Angels and meet the students there. Not all of the children attending there, I will want to specify that too, or they're not orphans, they're just Haitian children that are able to get an education and go to school there. But many of them are sponsored, which is really valuable and important. And that's one time too, through our Smart Start programs and things that we sponsor children through 3 Angels Academy. But it's great that your party, even at a $600 level, will provide 10 meals for those children, but then it continues to increase. So if your party is at $1,200 or $1,800, it doesn't just stop at that $600 value. So especially as we're looking at the fall, as we're looking at new catalog launch this month, that is fantastic. And then your hostess will receive that beautiful Echo necklace. You can see it there in the picture. That is an exclusive gift to any hostess for providing those 10 meals and also hosting with you. Note that something different now is that your hostess will receive her necklace, if she qualifies, with her hostess reward items. So you actually, when you go to redeem the rewards for that party, that if it qualified at $600, Now remember, that's just product sold. That's not including shipping. That's not including tax. That's $600 in product, and it's also not including her hostess rewards. But if it hits that value, then you will click, just like you would redeem the half off items or you would redeem her hostess dollars. There will be a box right there that says hostess is eligible to receive the Echo necklace. You just have to click redeem and it is all good, and she will receive her necklace with the rest of her rewards. It's great because then hostesses were kind of confused, like, why are my earrings coming or my bracelet coming after my other rewards showed up? And also it does definitely save on shipping costs for the home team. So it makes a lot of sense. It's going to be really easy peasy, and I'm so grateful that we are able to provide that. And remember too, you as a Compassion Entrepreneur partner, you have the ability to host your own parties and to receive that same item. And it's beautiful and it'll be great to share. So the Fall 2019 Lookbook, that is just some new language that we're using. That's going to refer to now our catalogs. We're just trying to stay on with market trends and also just communication. That makes more sense. And so be looking out for the Lookbook. Some teasers will come out on July 15th. And then those attending Inspire will get to see it and have it in hand on the 19th. And then it is available to the public and the rest of the Compassionate Entrepreneur Partner Sisterhood on July 20th at noon. So stay tuned for that. They always do a beautiful job. I can give you a little hint that I believe there's an African safari theme, at least from when I was looking at Elizabeth Heischken. She's Gretchen's daughter and one of our marketing and head of marketing with Trades of Hope. And I was kind of on her Instagram and saw some pictures and had a little confirmation, but I don't know what any of the products look like. So I can't give you any information there, but we always know it gets better every time. And so stay tuned for that. I'm not going to read all of this, but here is a new artisan spotlight. As we know, our summer capsule collection, endless summer capsule collection, released last month, and those beautiful earrings are made by our artisans in Cambodia. You can see a picture of one working on them there. I wore mine this weekend with, actually, I kind of wore the whole outfit besides the bracelet and loved them. I love the pop of color, especially in my dark hair. I love how they stand out a little bit. But red is so fun, and more than anything, it's really beautiful how these pieces, besides being fun and on trend, they are supporting our artisan partners. And so feel free to take your time to read about Ya. She is truly a hero and an inspiration to many in Cambodia. If you were at any of the Rise events in January, you heard her share a little bit more of her story, and as she welcomed her first son into her arms and family. It's a huge, amazing gift that she didn't believe was possible. And so these are the stories that we share with others because we are storytellers more than anything. So feel free to, she obviously is trusting us with that. She understands that we are representing her and the products she makes. And so these are things that you can share with your customers at your parties, in any avenue that you use to share hope and tell the stories. This is hers, and it's so amazing that she now has the ability to go out and bring other women into this work that have been in the same unfortunate situation as her, as being survivors of acid attacks. But she is bringing hope to that community now and seeing restoration and healing, which is amazing and beautiful. And that's what we're about, is shining that light on the goodness, even when it comes out of darkness. And so just don't forget that this month, July, I know we have the 4th and it seems holiday is just around the corner, but really it's a great month to get started on your new map goals. Again, you can't know it all until for a few more days. I promise it'll come out so soon, 18 days, just a blink away. But get started now on sharing, especially with the new fall line releasing on the 20th. Have an open house or host, the next week or whatever, that last week of July. Get some parties booked for your new products to show off. It's really a fun time, a little summer soiree. Gather by the pool or meet up, do maybe something even in the day if people are home and you're home and available with that, with different schedules, a play date at the park. There's so many ways that you can set up to share. And of course, helping others to know that they can focus on our mission, which is helping moms to keep their babes, to support these students in Haiti with wonderful, nutritious meals. And then just keep in mind that that runs through September. So this is a great time, July, August, and September, to still have summer soirees and have a great impact. And so, yeah, that is just the rundown. Again, beautiful Indian artisans. And I will go back to our main screen. I see there's some comments. Are they still directors? I missed that. On which question? Directors? Do you know what it was about? Sorry.
I was talking about
oh, you're muted, my dear. I'm sorry, Vina. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh.
Here, I can see if I can unmute you. Okay, go ahead. Oh, nope, I can't. Can you see at the bottom of your screen? It should say, do you see the little microphone?
Hear me?
She was unmuted because I could hear her before. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can't hear you either, Lisa.
Yeah, I can hear you, Lisa.
You guys can hear me. Okay, Lisa, you're muted. Now you're unmuted. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, that was totally on my end. It was because my speakers were down.
No worries. So my question was about if Gretchen and her husband or family were still directors of the Three Angels.
Thank you. No, they are not. They felt at that time it was over. Well, gosh, I used to tell them my parties 9 years ago, but that I've been saying that for a while. So it's definitely been well over a decade. But they felt it was time to transition leadership to somebody else, and so they had done that before starting Trades of Hope. And actually, they were thinking of, before Trades of Hope and after Three Angels, of having, like, starting a program like Kiva, like providing small business loans to people in developing countries. And so that was just put on her heart after the experiences they had in Haiti and seeing the value of empowering parents to have work and have that opportunity. So they thought that would have to come through something like small business loans, microloans. But then Trades of Hope happened, and that's how they've met that need. So, yeah, good question. Good deal. Well, I will share then real quick, because we have a few minutes, a little bit about, again, like just you as a brand ambassador for Trades of Hope and what that means to, basically just allowing your brand to reflect your personal story. I think for a lot of us, this statistic actually was pretty amazing. The girl, Kalisa, that shared, she said, every day we have at least 5,000 brand interactions, which is crazy, but only 11% of those really register in our brain, and then 3% of them are even likable to us, so or things that we interact with. So, anything like the brand Facebook to McDonald's to Amazon, all of that. I mean, it's amazing how we're inundated with it. So we're really, even with Trades of Hope, it just hit me like, wow, we really are trying to cut through that noise and make ourselves visible and aware to consumers. But what you really have to recognize, and more than anything, is that people, and I've heard this for so long, people will work with you when they know you, when they like you, and when they can trust you. And that's so valuable to what we're doing with Trades of Hope, because we are a relational business. We have the opportunity to provide one-on-one customer connection, and that's what even a lot of these larger companies and corporations are trying to make, is that unique one-on-one connection. So we already are at an advantage because we're providing that for individuals. But that's something that also reminds me the value of what we can bring is customer service, obviously, to people, to creating, kind of VIP connections, knowing not just telling our story, but getting to know them and know their story, especially your hostesses in that regard. it's really been sweet when you can have that relationship where you even start to have repeat hostesses, because they understand your needs and what you're bringing to the table, and you're also meeting, their needs or their desire to help and partner with you. And she focused a lot about talking about Simon Sinek, which he's done a lot of TED Talks. He's a great influencer in this realm. So if you ever need some inspiration or ideas just about even marketing or connecting, and but his number one thing to any company, to any brand, and we talk about this all the time with Trades of Hope, and your mission as a partner and compassion entrepreneur is remembering your why. And even these large corporations, they have to know that, because there's this golden circle. The inside of that is your why. That is your reason for your purpose, your cause, or your belief for what you're doing and giving to your customer. And then outside of the why is the how. And of course, that's what's going to kind of make you special, set you apart, how you get that information and your vision out there to other people. And then the what is the products you sell and the services that you offer. But the what is just it's just the tangible things, but it makes no connection to an emotional response for people. That's our why and our how. And again, that's what I think is so valuable about what we have at Trades of Hope as well, is because our why and our how we tell these stories, how we get the information out about our product, is exactly what we're doing. We're recognizing there's an emotional connection because we can relate to these artisans. We can relate to them as sisters, maybe as mothers, as those that are working, as those desiring employment, those that are desiring to send kids to school, those that are desiring to have sustainable income every day. So by sharing those stories and how they've overcome, even like we are already having that opportunity to tap into that emotional response that creates a connection with our customers, that creates that connection with our consumers. And we already get to that trust center so they can trust us, and we build that relationship. And that's beautiful as you have customers then for life, and as you are helping people to recognize the value of what Trades of Hope is bringing to the world, quite honestly. Also, it's really important, they were sharing that your customers, if we need to understand our audience, of course, as well, how they interact with our brand. So are you creating those spaces for community, like a group page? Are you regularly engaging on social media? And they did focus a lot on that, because obviously that is the way our world is living. We are in an entirely visual world at the moment. And so especially those that have joined us now as brand ambassadors, that you are using that opportunity to share about Trades of Hope through social channels and social selling. Make sure that your customer knows how you're telling the story, that you're doing that well, in the sense that you are, I'm trying to see my notes. But also like including stories about your life, letting them know who you are and how Trades of Hope affects you and works with you and brings value to you, because then they're going to see how that brings value to their life as well. Also, of course, making sure you're finding your voice. It's really easy for us to look at other people and to compare and to think, gosh, I'm not doing that well, or I can't take a good selfie, or I don't know what to say. You can definitely draw inspiration from those that feel more confident in that. You can mimic if you need to. I definitely feel like sometimes when I post something, not even Trades of Hope related, but I'm sure at some point I saw a similar image or saw something else down the road, and then it came back into my consciousness, and I just did the same and did it for myself. And that's okay, just as long as it's still staying true to who you are, that your personality is represented, that how you are sharing yourself is real. Still, you don't have to be somebody else to do this well, because your customers are going to be attracted to you and what you bring to the table. Also, they are looking for people that are responsible, that are reliable, and that are real. That's how customers are interacting with their brands. And I think that's just really valuable. It was for me to remember that even when I don't feel like engaging on social, maybe for the day, and I think it's healthy to have boundaries for sure. I've had to walk that road the last couple of years. But I do recognize that I want to create more of that, create a clear message, I guess, from my social channels, and making sure, especially on like my Facebook business page, that I'm consistent with that, because I have established that space. It is there. People have liked it because it's a business page. They know what it's about. And I should feel more free to be sharing about Trades of Hope in all the beautiful ways that it affects me and impacts me through that. Also, a good note was, there was a really crazy statistic. It was something like 77% of consumers said that I'm going to try to see if I took a picture of some of their slides. They were saying that, here it is. 77% of consumers say they are more likely to buy from a brand they follow on social media over one they do not, which I thought that was really interesting. And then they also, 1 in 3, like they will tag you, or they like to, like if you're a part of a milestone moment, or a brand shares in a personal milestone moment or accomplishment that they're experiencing, like let's say maybe a wedding, or somebody just feels good about the day and loves their new necklace, and they take a picture. They're like, hey, I want to work on that too, creating that where they can tag you and you can share, and that gets the word out. Even creating a hashtag for yourself. Like for me, several years ago, my Instagram handle is Jess Sharing Hope, and so my hashtag I pretty much do with any Trades of Hope post is hashtag Sharing Hope with Jess. And so now I've created that whole hashtag, and so anytime I have Trades of Hope things, I can go to that and find it, or if people see it, hopefully, that's my hope now going forward, is like trying to encourage my customers and things to, hey, would you be willing, if you do share this, just in a follow-up possibly with them, because that is a way that you can have some brand recognition and to create that little niche in that online space. Also, this is crazy. Also using stories on like Instagram and Facebook. 1.25 billion users now use the stories option across the Facebook family of apps every day. So I'll be honest, I probably go to my stories more often than I go to looking even at an Instagram feed. I'm one though that I don't sometimes, especially when I was nursing, or like if I was on kind of late at night, if somebody was talking, I rarely had my volume on. I'm just like, I'm a reader, but and so I'm guilty of that too. Like I don't often like to talk on my stories, but I also have to recognize, get over myself, get over that fear, and just open myself up to my audience. And again, when they can see me, when they can know me, you build that trust, and that's how you build those relationships with your customers and those that you can share with. And the last statistic that I'll share is just that 90% of all information is transmitted to the brain is visual. So that also was crazy to me to think about, again, the world that we're living in and how we are sharing and representing that. So I'm not encouraging anyone or everyone to just jump right in and always be on their phones and going down that rabbit trail. But I will say it is great to really consider how your influence can come through the avenue of social media. And especially, again, like I said, with nearly 193, almost 200 people joining our nation alone that were engaged and encouraged by becoming a brand ambassador for Trades of Hope and looking at the social selling option, which we should have more information on coming out at Inspire. So I'm really excited about that. But I just want to set that now for you to consider as you go forward with your work. And especially in the summer, it could be a great time if you have a more fluid schedule to try to work on that. I definitely know we get better lighting in the summer, so you can take better selfies or get outside. And so that was a good point too, always to think about kind of finding good lighting. And really, you can just use your phone. This is a great camera on it. Just make sure you clean your lens off. I'm probably guilty of that, always sticking it in my purse or my pocket. But adding that human element, adding that touch, I think is great to what we're doing. And obviously it's the experience that you have with Trades of Hope too, that you're sharing with others. So with that being said, we have about 5 minutes left on our time. And Lisa said, are you talking about the Simon stuff, the marketing, like the why, using it at your own other work for 3 years? Yeah, it's really, he's a smart man, has the research to back it up. So I definitely find value in that. But I think it's great that it does, your why is what grounds us. And I love that. Even just as a company, our why is helping mamas keep their babies. And it's pretty darn good right there. And then we can add our own onto that, and it just makes it even better, which is good. Good deal. Well, do you ladies have any questions or anything else you want to chat about? Lisa also said use vision boards with your why every year. I think that's great. I think just that visual, again, hey, 90% of info. But when you can just see it and it resets you and helps you refocus,
Yeah, I think the one thing just that I've found is just getting a little bit overwhelmed with all the social stuff and finding balance. And I think it's just maybe setting a plan together. I think you've talked about that before, of like just maybe how you're going to post. And I think that's the part that I get, like with the stories, and I almost have to turn off some of our other people who are doing it really well and then just go to them to get inspiration when I need it, because I get too much comparing instead of just, like you say, speaking my own. Does that make sense?
totally does. Totally, yes. I even had that too at the end of last month, like going for MAP goals and wanting to share the brand ambassador thing. I'm like, oh, they got it out there. And then I feel behind because I'm like, oh, I didn't get it out there and I should have done that. And
Yeah.
you kind of beat yourself up. Yes, I can totally get that. But I agree. The inspiration, and then like, okay, that was simple. They did that. I could do that. Like that helps me too, to be like having a really trying to be intentional with my time and saying, okay, if I have time at 3:00 today, I'm going to schedule my post just to get it done, check it off my to-do list, just like another task for the day. And I even want to, I think for myself personally, just going back to our back office and sharing just even some of the art. We have beautiful pictures of our artisans and even just products, like doing like some type of, country, or like each week maybe focusing on a country and doing at least 3 pictures of like, oh, here's Cambodia, here's some of their products that they sell, here's an artisan, here's me maybe wearing one of those pieces, just mixing that up, and even looking at it by country possibly. And that could take us for 18 weeks if you did that. What's all the other specials in there? But it was just something in my head. But I'm like, okay, that could be doable. The content's already there. It's just.
I liked what you said about thinking about your own personality in that. And I think that makes a big difference too, just taking the time to develop that a little bit too. What you want to say, and like it can be all tied into your why too.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it needs to come back to that too, because that's how it's then your brand as well, and you're making it. Yeah, good insights. Well, ladies, I just appreciate your time. I know this was a later night. I know it's 4th of July week and people are probably traveling, and it was kind of last minute. Again, I just can't believe June is gone, quite honestly. So I hope you have a great day celebrating the freedoms we have, the gift that we have in that. I'm grateful for your hearts and your smiles tonight and baby snuggles. And I hope you have a good one. Thank you. Thanks again, ladies. Good night.